everybody, I'm Michelle Carre.
And I'm Matt Carre.
This is Riding in Cars with Cars. We are the car group of Redline Real Estate, and this show is all about connecting you with your community.
Absolutely.
Today, we are on our way to pick up Glenn and Jessica from Davis Chevrolet, and we're going to learn about how awesome they are.
And they are awesome.
They are, and they are so involved in the community as well, which is really great. And we want you guys to know more about what they're doing for the city of Airdrie and just get to know them a little bit better.
Absolutely. And we might even get to ride in a new 2019 Chevy Blazer. Wait a second. Whose car is this? Oh, wait a second. It is the brand new 2019 Chevy Blazer.
It is.
From Davis Chevrolet. And we have to welcome, well, first of all, Selah.
Our little friend.
Our little friend Selah has made it in the car.
How cute is she?
Our Davis dog.
Our
The
Davis
Davis
dog.
dog.
I love it.
And of course, Glenn Smaha, Jessica Jacobs. Thank you so much for joining us in the car today.
Yeah, thanks for
We've
having
been
us.
looking forward to this one for sure. And I get to test drive a car as we go.
So you guys have awesome vehicles, of course, various price points, and lots of cool stuff like this charger in this car. You just lay your iPhone on it and it charges. No plugging anything in. You're all synced up with Apple CarPlay and all sorts of cool stuff. So
And don't forget, when you back up, it buzzes your butt.
it buzzes your butt.
Yeah.
Who could not ask for anything more?
That's Matt's favorite part.
That is
I
my
think
favorite
so.
part.
I have to confess, I've been driving it for 2 weeks.
Back and forth, back and forth.
But you guys are so much more than a car dealership.
Yeah.
You kind of, when you came into Airdrie, you really made it a point to be part of the community and giving back. And that's really what I want to talk to you guys about today, because you've done a lot for the community.
I think a lot is an understatement.
Yeah, exactly. So tell us a bit about your philosophy around giving back.
But at the core values and fundamentals of the Davis Auto Group, or the Davis family, and even for Jessica and myself, is that community is ultimately so important.
Yeah.
And with that, we immediately started to reach out and find out what we could get involved in, what we could do. We really wanted to, I have that saying Jessica always says, weave ourselves into the fabric of the community, become a member of the community as a business.
Yeah. Well, and just like a business, when you do your giving back to the community, you have to have a plan. You can't just piecemeal every little bit, right? So you say there's 5 pillars, part of the Airdrie community.
Yeah, we call it the foundation. I say the foundational 5, and they're the old originals: North Rocky View Community Links, the Airdrie Boys and Girls Club, the Airdrie Food Bank, Airdrie Victims Assistance, and Airdrie Meals on Wheels. They're around today. They've been around for decades, and they're not going away. In fact, the need for those core basic services is even greater today.
And when you guys work with these different groups, it's not just signing a check. You want to be involved. You want to build a partnership and a relationship with them. So tell us a little bit about how you're doing that.
I think it was really important for us when we started to sort of reevaluate what we wanted our relationship to be with these organizations, is that we didn't want it just to be signing checks. We really wanted to look at it like a partnership as opposed to sponsorship.
Yep.
And with that partnership, it gives us the ability to have an impact in so many different ways. Even from, at this point now, we'll ask, how can we get our staff involved? So instead of just writing a check, how can we be involved in the event?
Yes.
So a great example is the Endurance Legacy Run.
Yes.
And, so there was some financial support from us, obviously, with them as they're part of our 5 pillars. But we had staff members that wanted to get involved, that wanted to run in the races,
Nice.
that wanted to cook on the barbecue. And so those are things I think that are really important, because what it does for us as a business is it gives our employees an opportunity to feel like they belong to something as well. And that's where this whole sense of community starts to tie in.
One of the groups you're working with is Airdrie Meals on Wheels, and that's an incredible partnership. So tell us a bit about how that came to be and what you're doing.
Personally, for myself, it hit home for me when I had my recent back surgery.
Yeah.
And I had these lovely people deliver Burger Club Hayloft to my home.
Aww.
And I realized, and we have two kids at home, and I realized how much of an impact something like that is on your life when you're working and you have kids and you have family, and then all of a sudden you're indisposed,
Yeah.
and you know, what do you do? How do you cook for your family? How do you do all this kind of stuff? So it really hit me this year, and I started thinking about it. And Lois and I decided we wanted to sort of come up with something that was a little different. So we started a program this year called Wheels for Meals.
Yeah.
And what we do is we donate, essentially it's a meal for every vehicle sold.
Okay.
And we are having a stellar start to our year.
Great.
So as an example, we were able, I think last month it was like $750.
Wow.
This last March month it was over $1,000 we were able to donate.
That's great.
So if you think about it, we're on track. We sort of targeted for anywhere between 100 to 120 meals a month for the year. So, you know, that has potential to have a really big impact.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We have a stamp that goes on the bill of sale that, you know, your purchase has
Says thank
contributed your purchase has contributed a meal to Meals on Wheels.
Nice.
And it's a nice little connection for the customer that they've participated in something good.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it also raises that awareness of the need, and I would have to think that some of those people are more likely to take a look at what Meals on Wheels or other not-for-profit organizations are doing in Airdrie and see what maybe they could do for them themselves.
Yeah.
That's great.
Glenn, your reign of terror as the president of the Airdrie Chamber of Commerce is just about done.
Reign
Right?
of terror.
Now that we have that out in the
Wow.
open, yes, yeah.
So again, something else that you've involved yourself with. So you don't just give back into to charities, but you give back to the business community as well. Over the past year, has there been any one thing that's stood out that you're really excited about?
With the Chamber of Commerce, it's the transformation that they've undergone. Funny enough, we just had our monthly meeting this morning, and we spoke to that. Maybe from the outside looking in, we haven't achieved as much as you might think we could have or should have, but behind the scenes, we've done so much. We've hired a new executive director. We've assembled a fantastic team around her. The Chamber of Commerce should be a financially responsible organization, and we are, and we have our financial house in order now too. So, I think all of that positions us really well for the future. We've got the means, and we've got the people, and we have a real solid plan. And I'm really excited about the board that we have and the new members of the board that'll be coming on and joining us in May. I'm maybe even a little more excited about becoming past president, Darcy. But it's been. I think we've achieved a tremendous amount, and it's been a turnaround, and now we're poised for even greater success going forward. So quiet success, right?
And Selah, hi.
Selah is our Davis dog. Anybody who's followed Davis at all on social media for the last couple of years has probably met or seen Yoshi, who was our Davis dog. He's actually even on our website under Meet the Team, and he had his professional staff picture done.
Oh, nice.
Unfortunately, we lost Yoshi very unexpectedly in July, but Selah's a new addition. She's learning the ropes. It's a Davis dog is super important because we've got a great program at the store. We're very pet friendly at the store. If you've ever hung out there at all, you'll see staff with their pets and customers with their pets. But when you come through the service lane at Davis, if you have your dog with you, which so many people do because they're just stopping in for a quick oil change or whatever, if you take a picture with your dog and use hashtag Davis dog, you get 10% off your service.
Cool.
And they have treats and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
For treats for me.
I know.
Glenn, you open up the Denali Cafe. Is that how you pronounce it?
Denali Grill.
Denali Grill. Amit Ora from Damn and Amit is running it for you.
Absolutely.
Hey, look who made it in the car. It's Amit. Hello.
Hey, Emmett fed us lunch today.
At the Denali Grill, which is located in Davis Chevrolet.
It was so good.
So good.
Thank
we
you.
had sloppy joes.
But it's not just about food for you. And that's what we said earlier about the cultural part of Davis. It's about getting your guys together so that we were up there earlier, and thank you for lunch, by the way. The sloppy joe was fantastic. But we saw a cribbage board, a backgammon board. Guys are up there playing cards. Yeah. It's what
Table
families
hockey.
do, right?
Yeah, table hockey looked intense.
I am the reigning table hockey champion, just for the record, in case Jarrett Schneider is watching.
Okay.
Just to
or
make
Jared
it
Gotta
Culp.
be watching.
Okay. But yeah, it's not about the food. It's about our people getting together. And then you can intersperse customers in there as well. We invite customers up from our customer lounge.
Yep.
We have the menu on the wall, and you have our customers and our people eating together outside of a business environment within the confines of the dealership. It's a really unique dynamic. Today was our staff cribbage tournament.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, we have lots of good stuff going on. It's really, I feel, helped make our team that much closer.
Well,
That's great.
And from a business standpoint, you now have the tech guys talking to the sales guys,
Yeah.
so they can see each other
Exactly.
from
Yes.
different.
Exactly. One of the things is that when you have a business where you have 90 employees and 4, 5, 6 different departments,
Yeah.
sometimes you've got people in certain departments that may not see people from another department at all or once a week, just because of the dynamics of how things work.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of upstairs is
Yeah.
that you can go upstairs and you'll have a tech talking to a product specialist, or you'll have some of the young guys from the express lane talking to the fleet and lease guys. And so it's really cool because again, it gives you an opportunity to create that sense of community and partnerships within
love
the
that.
store.
And despite what you think, we actually don't talk shop up there much at all.
No.
That's
No.
great.
Yeah.
No,
Cool.
it's very cool.
Yeah.
All right, great. So I'm going to ask both of you this question: if there's one piece of advice that you could pass on to others, what would that be?
Do what you love and love what you do.
That's great.
Jessica?
More than ever in today's world, we just really need to be kind and come from a place of kindness and love. That it's not, life is far too short for it just to always be about money and business and all the rest of it. I believe that when those things are the foundation, then businesses and money and all the rest of it come,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly, yeah.
So,
Love that. If you guys can turn on a movie you just love to watch over and over again, what is that movie?
well, for me, it's Sound of Music. But that's
Oh my
that's
goodness.
a childhood.
Mine's very similar.
So happy.
The original Independence Day.
Oh, yeah.
Also
Yeah,
good.
that's also a very
Both
good one.
Christmas movies, right?
Yeah. Oh gosh, here we go, the debate.
Oh, worried about Christmas in either of them, but they're Christmas movies. So, Glenn, I'm going to have 2 hands on the wheels. You're going to have to do the hand gestures for
Tied
me.
up with strings. These are
a few of my favorite things.
at the very beginning.
Oh, I love how you're playing the guitar.
Yeah, I don't know how to, so I'm just
This
faking
is
it.
very
This
good.
is A, B, C.
When you sing, you begin with
Oceloti.
Oh, you can hit a high note.
Female deer. Rain.
A drop of golden sun.
You've seen the movie a lot more than me.
Me. A name. I call myself Tea.
a drink with jam and bread. Now,
No children.
do re mi fa
Thought
so and so, and only the tools we used to build a
song.
Once you have these notes in your head, you can sing a million different tunes
Okay.
by
So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. Can you do that?
Glenn and Jessica, first we want to thank you for being in the car today. Always a lot of fun being around you guys. But more importantly, we want to thank you guys for moving to Airdrie. Airdrie became a better place when you guys entered our community. And with Davis Chev, the work you guys do, how you give back, you're an inspiration to us, and we can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Matt. You're very kind. But we'd say thank you to Airdrie for welcoming us, because we would have never guessed that we would fall in love with the city as much as we have, and when we knew so little about it before we came here. But here we are, and this is our home.
Yeah.
Remember a few years ago at Easter, you got me that gigantic 2-foot chocolate bunny?
There's like 27 pounds of chocolate.
It was amazing. It lasted like a whole week.
Yeah. Maybe a couple of days.
It was so good though. But it was hollow,
Was
in
it?
my defense.
Oh.
Yeah. The ears were solid because they were a very thick wall. But generally speaking, she was hollow.
Oh.
But delicious.
One thing Michelle can do, her true talent, is making chocolate disappear.
I get it from my dad. And I
Yes.
can do it really fast.
He makes licorice disappear.
Yes.
I've never seen a human being eat licorice like that.